Good afternoon, you wonderful people. Uh, Today we're going to be going over this particular exercise. I'm going to be doing an example and explaining the sheet as well. So for this particular exercise, you guys are going to be calculating the car insurance cost for the three vehicles that you started looking up last week. So last week you should have picked a make and model. You're going to be using the same make and model that you used last week. And you're going to calculate the insurance cost for a new 5-year-old and a 10-year-old version of that make and model. So insurance costs, you are required to have insurance in order to drive a car. And the cost of insurance can be very, very different, both depending on how much insurance you want and who you are. So insurance, basically the most low cost minimum insurance you are required to have only covers the other person that you might hit. So if you go and buy the lowest cost possible insurance and you get in an accident, your insurance will help pay for the other person's car and maybe the other person's medical bills, but will not cover your own medical bills, will not cover your own car. If you want the insurance to cover your car and cover you, you have to pay more for that insurance. Also, the most basic insurance also does not cover if your car gets stolen or if a tree falls on it or anything like that. You'd also have to pay extra for that. Okay, so we're going to have you guys estimate what your insurance cost will be for your three different cars. And once again, this is the same three cars that you looked up last week. If you have not done those assignments yet, please do those assignments first. Okay, so we're going to use this car company and this website, Geico. Geico is one of many car insurance companies that you could give your money to and buy insurance from. So you're going to have to do this 3 times. And each time you do it, they are going to ask you a lot of questions. Most of your answers will not matter in terms of are trying to estimate the cost. The most important part is that you should put the exact same answers for each of your 3 cars. So for example, if on the first time you do this, you say that you're going to be driving 10,000 miles per year, please say that same thing for all 3 cars. Because this is, in my opinion, actually a good amount of work to do it 3 different times. And it's just a little bit of a pain to do it 3 different times. You are allowed to get 2 other classmates, and you guys could all just do this together and then share answers. So each of you would pick a different year, but you would be using the same make and model. So one of you, if you have Honda Civic as your make and model, then one of you does the 2020, one of you does the 2015, one of you does the 2010. Now, the important part is, even though there's 3 of you doing this, you should all still put the same answers for the questions. So this would require you guys to coordinate. If that seems like a lot of work, trying to get 2 other classmates together and trying to coordinate your answers, you can always just do this by yourself. That is perfectly fine. Okay, so let's click on this website. That'll take us to this page. While I'm going through this website, I'm going to be typing here what I say. For those of you guys who either speak better Chinese, or you speak better Spanish, or better Haitian Creole, or whatnot, you can just copy what I'm going to write here into Google Translate, and that could help you follow along with the video. Okay. So this is just one car company that offers car insurance. Let's go through the process of entering our information into the website for a 2020 Honda Civic LX sedan. You'll have to do this 2 more times with your 2015 and 2010 car. Reminder to use the same make and model for all 3. Okay. First step is to enter your zip code. Where you live actually does affect how much you pay in insurance. Okay, so here they're just asking we're only looking at car insurance. That's auto. Auto is short for automobile, which means car. They're going to ask a lot of personal information. You can just lie. Just make sure you put the same lie for each of your 3 cars. So I'm going to say that my birthday is 01/01/2020. I meant to say 01/01/2000. Say first name, I'm going to say is Antonio. Last name, Banderino. So I am Antonio Banderino. I'm going to make up an address that is in that zip code. One, two, three. Walnut Street, apartment 1. That is not my address. I don't even know if that address exists. Apparently that address sort of exists. So I'll select their suggestion. So none of those options are the 2020 Honda Civic LX sedan. So I'll put my vehicle is not listed. Yeah. They're just asking you information about a car you want to insure. Anti-theft devices are things that make it harder to steal. For many of these screens / questions, you can just hit next instead of answering. Or you can simply pick the default answer. Since this is a new car, that would make me the original or first owner of the car. Owned means you paid cash for the whole car. Financed means you borrowed money to pay for the car. Leased is a weird category where you rent the car for X years and then give it back. to the car company. I'm going to pick financed because most people need to borrow money to buy a new car. They're asking what do you use the car for? Since I said I use the car to go to work or school, they want to figure out how many days I use it like that and how far I drive to get to school or work. I'm going to use their default answer and just press next. Annual mileage is just how many miles you drive each year. They are asking if you have more than one car you want to insure. I'm just going to hit next since I don't. Gender means guy or girl. Marital status is relationship status. I'll say I am single. They are asking about housing. I rent. Do you already have insurance? I'll say no. I'll say no. I haven't needed insurance, which is basically no, this is my first car, so you know, why would I have had insurance beforehand? When did I move to this address? How old was I when I got my driver's license? I'm going to say 20, I'm going to say 18 years old. Since I said I was born in 2010, that means 18 years old is 2018. They want to know exactly when I got my license. They are asking if I served in the military. I'll say no, does not apply. They are asking if there are other people who are going to drive this car. I'll say no. And just hit next. They're asking if I have been in any accidents. I'm going to say no and press next. If you say yes, they are going to ask you for details. So I would suggest you just press next. They are asking if I'm a student and what my grades are. Since I'm pretending to be 20 years old, I'll say I'm still in school, and yes, I have a B or higher. They're asking if I belong to any of these groups. I just pressed next. They are asking if I belong to any of these groups. I'm also just going to press next. You have to enter an email address, and they will send you the estimate for the insurance to your email address. I made a fake email address just to use for this homework. So I'll enter my fake email address. I shouldn't actually say fake email address. It's more of my new email address. So this is my new email. I made a whole new email just so I can use this. You have to put in a working email that you can check, since they will send the insurance estimate to that email. I'm going to see if I can skip putting in a phone number. Oh. So there you go. If I pay my car insurance monthly, it is $307.34. If I pay for 6 months right away, they give me a 15% discount. Okay. So a year of car insurance will cost me $1541.90 times 2, which is equal to $3,083.80. So this number right here is the number I'm going to put for my 2020 new Honda Civic LX. Okay, now that you've done this, you need to do it again for 2015 and then do it again for 2010. I hope that made sense. I will talk to you wonderful people later.